You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Betty Fennell is our guest, legendary reporter for the Wilmington Star News, who ran for the North Carolina State Senate in the last election. What about the part that we were talking about, the electronic media, and the part, what part did that play in the last election? You think it was a turning point in how election process will play out?
What do you mean, the electronic media?
Well, the Obama campaign used the electronic media like it had never been used before.
Oh, yes.
And some say that made it changed the way elections will be done.
It did. It sure did. Of course, I think, and the Republicans were a little bit behind on that, but I think they're getting caught up fast. They're learning quickly.
It got their attention?
I think it did.
You went from reporting to the news to making news when you ran for the state senate against a longtime Democrat incumbent R.C. Soules. What made you decide to run?
A number of reasons, and I had some encouragement as well. I think folks have known that he's been vulnerable for quite some time.
You came very close to beating...
It was the first time that he had lost 2 of the 3 counties. It was also the first time he had gotten less than 50% of the vote as well.
And he's been there for?
Over 40 years. He's going on his 42 years there now.
What did you learn from that first effort?
What did I learn? Oh, I learned so much, and I can tell you there are so many wonderful people out there. There are so many people out there that want to see him out of office, and I mean they want to see him out of office desperately. I just met a lot of really, really nice people that were willing to help.
So are you going to run again?
Yes.
You are?
Yes, definitely. Unless something unforeseen comes up.
Please don't hedge. What might you do differently this time?
I think we're going to have a better organized campaign this time because we're already beginning to put our campaign together. I think we'll be better organized. I think we'll be able to raise more money this time, hopefully, than we did the last time.
How big a part did fundraising play in the last race?
It certainly plays a big part, but I will have to tell you, in this particular race, he spent, I want to think it was, if I remember correctly, about $891,000. My campaign only spent $271,000, and I only lost by 2,800 votes.
He spent close to $1 million.
He spent close to $1 million, including $390-some thousand of his own money.
How difficult was it making that transition from reporter who covers the news to a candidate with strong opinions and going out and campaigning with public appearances and all of that?
Well, I can tell you, public speaking is not my, I'm not that great at public speaking, but just the fact that I was able to express an opinion just felt really good. As a newspaper reporter, you have to be pretty objective and not, inject your opinions in your writing.
You had a reputation as a tough reporter. Was that helpful?
Yes, it was. It certainly was, because campaigning can get very nasty. You have to have a very thick skin. You cannot take things that personally, and that doesn't bother me.
Did you like it? Did you like the campaigning?
I had the most fun.
Did you?
I really had a lot of fun. I really did.
Let's get your take on some of what's going on in government and politics today. Huge state budget crunch and revenue shortfalls. Comment?
Well, it appears that we're going to, our governor's trying to say she's not going to raise taxes, but it appears that there's going to be other fees that are going to go up. I think that we ought to be cutting things and not raising taxes or fees. I don't like how that's going at all.
What do you think got the state into such financial mess? Is it the...
Well, they have been spending some reserves, I think, and not only in the past have governors dipped into reserves to balance the budget. They, come out and claim they've balanced the budget. Well, yes, they did, but it wasn't with taxes. It was reserves that had been that they had been saving for years.
Cut spending or try to raise revenue? I mean,
what would I do?
Yeah,
Cut spending.
you would.
Cut spending. I would not be raising revenue, particularly in this economic climate. It's just, people are struggling, and there's a lot of people out of work. People are struggling just to, hang on.
If you were in the Senate, how would you have voted on the recent bill that went before the Senate, was defeated, about a moratorium on cement plant construction in North Carolina?
I probably would have voted for that moratorium.
To put a hold until...
I think there's lots of people that are concerned about that. Until I get more information about it, I think I would have voted for that moratorium.
What about a moratorium on annexation? Would you vote for that?
I would definitely vote on a moratorium for annexation. I am against forced annexation. And I would like to see those people who are going to be annexed or who are proposed for annexation to vote on the issue, not the ones in the city, because all the city council has to do is say, vote for this referendum and your taxes won't go up or won't go up as much. It would never fail. Of course, the other side says if you just let those people in the annexed area vote, it would never pass. It would never pass.
Right.
So,
what kind of job do you think Governor Perdue is doing at this point?
I think she's made a lot of people angry so far, and her approval rating has been falling from what I've been reading. I think she's made a lot of people angry. I think she's probably made a lot of people angry in her own party too for what looks like throwing Mike Easley under the bus.
Well, I can't pass up this opportunity to get your take on there's a pending investigation of former Governor Easley on campaign violations and charges of taking inappropriate gifts and other perks while he was in office. What's your take on some of that?
Well, I certainly hope that, and I understand that Senator Kay Hagan has said that George Holding, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District, should stay on the job and should pursue not only that investigation, but also the investigation involving John Edwards. I think the public has the right to know what's been going on. I don't think Mike Easley ought to be getting a free pass.
Do you think he did during his administration?
I think he got a free pass from a lot of people. I mean,
the press?
From the press, absolutely. I certainly do, because I think red flags went up a long time ago about some of the things that he was doing.
We're almost out of time. I want to get your take on the Republican Party. You're a Republican. What kind of shape do you think the party's in right now?
I think the party is rebuilding itself. All the meetings I have been to since the election, there's more and more people showing up every meeting because people are upset about what's going on.
And you're going to run for the seat?
Definitely.
Are you raising money now?
Have not started raising money now. I'm going to have a meeting early next week with some folks I think that I'm hoping are going to agree to manage my campaign.
We're out of time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you'll come back after when we get into campaign season.
Yes.
We'll chat a little more.
I'll be glad to.
That's going to do it for this edition of Byline Wilmington. Our thanks to Betty Fennell for joining us. If you'd like to catch Byline online, go to WILM-TV.com, WILM-TV.com, and click on Byline Wilmington. I'm Don Ansell. Have a great week.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning at 11 as we explore the issues that concern you.